Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're looking at the new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Rocket Raccoon and Kid Groot. I guess it's technically a 2-pack, but it's really just Rocket with a little plastic Groot, but that's fine. It's okay. Rocket's not bad for being a really tiny figure. He's got some decent, he's got a lot of decent sculpt work, some decent paint work, and some okay articulation. So it's okay. It's definitely not going to be the best bang for your buck out of the whole wave, but I imagine some of you are going to want him. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 8 centimeters, a little bit shy of 8 centimeters tall, which makes him just about 3 1/8 inches. So he's definitely very tiny, and I guess we can go ahead and measure Groot, even though I get he's kind of an accessory, kind of not. He stands just about 1.25 inches, which makes him about 3.5 centimeters. And you can see right here, he's painted really well mostly, except mine has this giant black spot going across his face, which isn't cool, but his eyes look nice, his jacket looks nice, the little moss on his head looks nice. So for being such a tiny little piece, they did a good job on him, other than, of course, I got a bad one, which is not unusual. He's got a big smudge on his face. As for Rocket, he has some cool accessories. He has 2 interchangeable heads. He has the closed mouth and then the yelling open mouth, which looks really fantastic. Then he has the 2 different pistols, which he holds nice enough. It's not great, but it'll do. So it's not terrible. I mean, they're putting in some value for this pack. And as far as articulation goes for Rocket, he just has a fixed ball peg for his neck, which doesn't allow for very much of anything other than a swivel, and it's at an angle, so it's not the best situation. It's going to be kind of limited, but it'll probably do for Rocket since he's not going to be in the craziest of poses anyways. For the shoulder, you can rotate it around. It's a swivel hinge, so you have your hinge, which works really nicely. No issues at all. There's no bicep swivel built in. You have to do that at the elbow. So it's kind of like your standard female figure articulation. Swivel works okay. The elbow bends to about 90. And then the wrists just have a swivel. They're very loose though, so be careful about that. You might even be able to pull them out. Yeah, they pop right out. So be aware. You don't want to lose those. If you're buying this for a kid, be very careful. He's got lots of tiny parts that could easily come off and get lost. He has a diaphragm joint, which has a little bit of play forward and back. It's not the best, but it'll do. You can rotate it around, no problem. It'll lean side to side a little bit, so that's good. His hips are just basic ball pegs, which is actually true of most Marvel Legends nowadays. You can get them out to the side pretty far, so that's good. You can bring the legs a little bit forward, not so much. And then going back, you can go a little bit if you go at an angle. It works pretty well. You do have a thigh swivel built in, which is kind of a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. We have the same kind of joint in the knee that we have at the elbow, which is a swivel hinge. So you can bend the knee and rotate it around, which is kind of weird. I guess they just did that as a matter of building it rather than useful articulation. It's kind of a weird joint. It doesn't look great, and it's not hyper functional because the ankle is just a swivel and the feet fall off just like the hands. So there's not an incredible amount of quality packed into this figure. I do like that his tail has a hinge this time, so that helps. You have a nice hinge for the tail and a rotation, a swivel. So you're going to most likely have to lean him on that, but it's okay. I mean, for a tiny little guy like this, it's good enough. I wasn't expecting it to be much, and it's not. It's just gonna be good enough. So I guess that's all right. People that aren't interested in it aren't gonna buy it, and people that are interested in it are gonna be okay with it. So that's my verdict. That's as good as it'll get. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and in the meantime, keep collecting.